Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 343, The Fast and the Furious. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric.
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
Excellent. I'm really glad to hear that.
This is exciting.
I'm pretty excited about it, too. My baby's first Fast and Furious movie. I know you've seen a bunch of them, but I had never seen any of them before this very evening.
I'm looking forward to finding out how that went for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay. Next week, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yes. Oh, boy. Yeah. I remember when this movie came out.
So do I.
2001.
Uh-huh.
Was it pre or post 9/11? What world are we in when this movie comes out?
That is a good question.
I should have looked when I was looking at stats earlier.
Yeah, I don't have my phone with me,
I
so...
will pull that up right now and see.
Alright. I do remember being in my girlfriend's apartment and seeing commercials for it.
Yeah.
And thinking immediately, no thank you.
Right. Oh, that looks like a movie for douchebags.
Uh-huh.
June 22nd, 2001. So
Wow.
Pre 9/11 in this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then I was not with my girlfriend then.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, because we didn't start dating until, like, August.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have still seen commercials, maybe for DVD release or something.
Could be. I mean,
Yeah.
it probably was still in theaters.
Probably.
It may have been a hit.
I feel like, I mean, it has spawned
I mean, yes.
an international franchise.
Very true. But, you know, sometimes they give sequels to movies that are just kind of modest hits.
That's true.
And I mean, I guess back in the day, there was probably more of a tendency for movies to stay in theaters longer.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore these days.
Right. It's 1, maybe 2 weekends,
Right.
and then out.
Unless it's like a massive, massive hit.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say Barbie was probably one of those.
Yeah. The Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie actually was also in theaters for like 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it did very well.
All right. Yeah, that's I still never heard a single fucking song of hers.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I probably have. But
I'm going to change that. You're not even going to know it.
I'm sure my ex-girlfriend probably did that to me, and
Yeah.
it clearly stuck with me. I guess I'm lucky to know that she just simply exists.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or unlucky. I'm not sure.
She's dating a football player.
Sure. Another thing I have 100% complete interest in.
It really is amazing how these two worlds have come together for you, and it's just perfect.
Yep.
Perfect synergy. Oh, The Fast and the Furious.
Yes. But
Yeah.
yes, either way, whenever I saw trailers or commercials for this, I thought, no thank you.
Yeah.
This movie looks like it's for douchebags. And then after the movie came out, I certainly met quite a few people who loved this movie, whom I thought, of course they did.
I don't remember meeting anyone who loved this movie. I don't remember people loving any of these movies until they became cartoons.
Real people, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, when I don't know, when did Too Fast, Too Furious come out?
2003.
Okay, so so it was about the time when both of those movies came out that there were a handful of people I met at work,
Okay.
whatever various jobs I worked at around those times. who were super into street racing.
Wow.
And the whole aesthetic of what this movie is.
Okay.
And yeah, not the best people.
Did they have neon lights on the bottoms of their cars?
Yeah, and spoilers.
Hell yeah.
And all sorts of the weird decals.
The height of coolness.
Yep. Boy, this movie is really 2001, isn't it?
It's the most 2001. I mean, I feel like it's the thing that everyone talks about when they talk about this movie specifically, but the plot hinges on the theft and resale of DVD players, TVs with VCRs built into them,
Yep.
and other assorted early 2000s electronics that just date this movie to shit.
Yep. I had one of those TVs.
Nice.
Yeah. Got it in 1999.
Yeah. All right.
Before I moved out of my parents' house.
That's awesome. How long did it last?
About 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The tape player went first.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
It's really just like, let's throw a tape player on this thing.
Yeah.
It always seems strange to me.
Yeah, it not the best quality.
Yeah.
Not a good size. Heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Joe. You are better than this.
Am I?
You're really not.
Cole, you teed me up with 3 things in a row. They were all perfect. So I asked you beforehand if I needed to have seen Point Break before watching this.
Yeah.
I've never seen Point Break, but I understand the plot is the same, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just swap in street racing for surfing.
Yeah. Or in the remake, extreme sports.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. I will say I wished that I had not known going in that Paul Walker was a cop.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it doesn't introduce that information
Good.
for 2 hours, probably. And, I mean, this movie does have a runtime of 6 hours. So, like, to just think for that long that he's just really into it and he wants to get into it. I actually thought that was really cool to withhold that for a while, and I wish I hadn't known it ahead of time.
Well, I feel like that was in the trailers for it, too.
I don't remember shit.
Yeah, that's fine. This movie comes in a lean 3 hours.
Okay.
Stop your exaggerating.
This is the longest hour and 47-minute movie that I think I've ever seen. And I know we've watched some short movies that have felt real long. But wow, did this feel really fucking long.
Oh, no, I thought this movie flew by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did,
All
actually.
right. Wow, okay. Interesting.
Not that I wanted more of it or
Yeah.
anything like that. I was pretty tired of it by the end.
Yeah.
Actually, I was pretty tired of it by the middle. But yeah, you're right. There are definitely some movies that just work better if you don't know things like that.
Yeah.
But also then, if they don't reveal that in, like, all the promotional material or whatever, then you're just watching a movie about douchebags racing cars.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Who may or may not be stealing things.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of leads into, like, one of my biggest problems with this movie.
Okay.
Is I love a heist movie.
Yeah.
This is very light on the heisting.
Yeah, and the heists that we do see are stupid.
Yep.
It's like it's the hijacking of semi-trucks.
Yeah.
With these weird spear gun things. Like, it's the most convoluted way to, I feel like, hijack a truck.
Right. And they're doing it in Honda Civics.
Yeah.
Which I guess, yes, they are souped up Honda Civics.
Yeah.
But it's a semi-truck.
Yeah.
Just stop. not ram into one of them.
Right.
There's so many ways these truckers could get out of it. I think the opening scene, we see one of these heists, and the entire time, like up until like whoever it is climbs into the cab of the truck,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, why isn't the truck driver doing anything?
Yeah.
He's just sitting there driving like nothing's happening.
He's terrified. He is frozen with fear, sir. Someone has used a strange spear-looking thing to pull out half of his windshield and then climb aboard his truck.
Well, he is keeping that truck amazingly steady.
You know what? That's what he is concentrating on right now. Or, alternately, he's mesmerized by the glowing lights underneath the Hondas. Yeah, I never think of a Civic as being a cool car.
Nope.
I drove a Civic for a while, so that's probably why. I don't know what kind of engine it had. I guess a Honda engine.
Probably.
Which is good.
Sure. Did it run?
Uh-huh.
Get you from home to work?
Sure did.
All right, that's all you needed to know.
Great car.
Had put gas in it occasionally?
Every now and then.
Yeah. You know what kind of gas?
Unleaded.
Okay.
The regular.
All right. Get an oil change every...
What kind of gas do these cars take?
I don't know.
Yeah, and they never, I feel like at whatever speed they're going, they'd probably be burning through it pretty fast.
Sure.
But they've also got the NOS.
Right.
Which is doing a lot of work. Does Nas eventually appear in these movies?
The rapper Nas?
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking of Ludacris.
He for sure does, but maybe Nas does. I don't know. Isn't there also an energy drink called Nas?
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen that in like your lower rent convenience stores.
Okay, I only go in the high rent convenience stores,
as you should. But usually it's right there next to the wrap chips or whatever those are.
Oh, is it? Does it Nas have an energy drink? Isn't that what it is?
Maybe.
I feel like we stopped. You and I and our pal Jason stopped at a convenience store, on our way to your house one time, and he went and he got some sort of energy drink that was rapper branded, and I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Nas. I don't know.
I live in a great area, by the way.
Oh boy. The Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and the Furious. So the plot is basically Point Break, which I have seen Point Break and the remake. I hate those movies.
Yeah. How did this compare to those?
I liked it better.
Okay.
But not much. And also I thought it was stupider.
Okay.
Because as ridiculous as it is, as ludicrous as it is to say this, there's just something about surfing bank robbers that just has a lot more appeal than hijacking car racers.
I can absolutely see that. And they wear cool masks, right?
Yeah. And you actually get to see the bank robberies.
That's pretty cool.
They're pretty exciting for the most part. That's just, all the other stuff in that movie is just awful.
Yeah.
Whereas everything else, and everything in this movie is pretty terrible. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
What do we think of Paul Walker? And I think it's okay here, because we are speaking in a critical way of his acting performance,
right,
to speak ill of the dead here if we need to.
Yeah, he's not great.
He's not great.
No.
But I like him.
He's a handsome man.
He is a pretty man. There's a lot of content about him being attractive in this movie, and I agree.
Sure.
He's a good looking guy. He's got nice hair.
Nice hair, nice eyes.
Yeah.
Just looking baby faced in this.
Yeah.
I have seen the other, some of the other Fast movies that he was in. But to me, he's always just going to be the T-Rex from Tammy and the T-Rex.
What? What? Hold on a second. What?
There's a movie from the early 90s.
Oh, I've seen Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah, okay.
Is he the T-Rex?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, he's his character gets killed and his brain gets placed in the body of a robotic Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I have zero memory of that.
Oh, yeah. And I forget who the lead actor... Denise Richards. Denise Richards, yeah. This is his girlfriend. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only other Paul Walker movie that I've seen is Bring It On, but I have also seen Tammy and the T-Rex.
Is he Bring It On?
He is one of the male cheerleaders on the squad. Yes.
Huh. I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital.
It's a great movie.
It was fine.
I love it.
It was okay.
It's perfect.
It was what it was.
From Ant-Man director Peyton Reed.
Yep. It was mildly enjoyable.
It's an excellent film. And apparently out of print on Blu-ray.
Wow.
Yeah. Which bugs me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our semi-local video store has a copy of it for $25.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What?
I have not pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah. It's a bit much for that movie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be some sort of anniversary re-release at some point, I'm sure.
Could be.
Assuming they're still doing physical media at that point.
I hope so. Support it when you can, folks.
Yes.
I know that there's a Bring It On horror sequel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That came out, I think, like a year ago?
Okay.
A year and a half ago?
All right.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I kind of would too.
Tammy and the T-Rex. No, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Paul Walker. He's I can see why people wanted to make him a star.
Yeah.
But definitely not for his acting ability.
Yeah.
He's not great.
He's
wooden.
He is wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He is an early 2000s. I feel like CW, or I guess it would have been the WB at that point.
Yeah.
Level actor. But like a Tom Welling, not like one of the lower tier characters on Smallville. He's a star.
Yeah. He would have been in the running for the casting of Aquaman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Captain America, even.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, but that was before Marvel.
That's true.
Yeah. we're talking CW, DC
Sorry,
shows.
My
there.
mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake. Yeah.
Low rent.
Are you gonna watch Justin Hartley's new series, Tracker?
No.
Yeah, I think he's got a new CBS series.
Okay.
I think it's just called Tracker.
Good for him.
And I guess he's some sort of tracker. And I cannot see him without thinking of him as Green Arrow.
But he was also Aquaman.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But just in that pilot that I've still never watched.
Oh, do you need to borrow a copy?
I have a copy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in my iTunes library. I think
Okay.
I got it for free one day.
It's on the Crisis on Two Earths Blu-ray as an extra feature.
That's interesting.
Yep, I watched it like 2 months ago.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Because I forget what I was doing, but I saw that it was on there, and I said, what the hell? I have owned that movie for a decade at least. And decided, what the hell, I'm going to watch this.
All right.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's I figured.
Yep.
It's a pilot that didn't get picked up.
Yep.
I'm glad it didn't get picked up, because if it had, he would not have been an excellent Oliver Queen on Smallville.
There you go.
Yeah. So things worked out.
I mean, except for the fact that he didn't continue to play Oliver Queen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, but now he's Tracker.
Wasn't he on,
He was on This Is Us.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, Just the One of Us, or...
Just the One of Us?
Yep.
Yeah, the prequel to Just the 10 of Us.
It's a weird show.
It is weird. Well, it's interesting. It's going to run for 9 seasons. And every season they're going to add a character. Like, finally, you'll learn the secret origins of all 10 of them. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it interesting? No.
So speaking about learning things about characters,
Sure.
I did my best to try to watch this movie without letting the knowledge of future installments affect how I viewed this.
Okay.
I think I did pretty well.
Okay.
Also, it kind of helps that the movies I have seen are almost totally so far removed from what this movie was.
Okay.
That helped as well. But obviously there's a lot of characters that are recurring throughout them. But I have to say, this is probably Vin Diesel at its best.
I thought he was really good in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. I was surprised.
It's almost like he's trying.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like there was an early period of his career, maybe pre-Triple X.
Yeah.
Maybe just like pre this movie, or like including this movie, because this is sort of where he really broke out, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Where, like he was trying to be like a serious actor.
Yeah.
And like, I think he did a Sidney Lumet movie at one point, and
I think it was after this.
was it after this? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting to see him in this, knowing where he ends up.
Right. And so yeah, that clouded my viewing of it a little bit, but in like kind of a positive way.
Yeah.
Because he's going for it.
Yeah.
And it's paying off. And,
His voice has inflection in this.
right?
Which was interesting.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's like when Nicole Kidman could move her face. It
Aw.
was all, it was good times.
So some of the work has worn off a little bit, and she's got a little bit of range of motion back.
That's
her,
good. All right.
In her eyes and cheeks.
That's good to know.
Yeah. How dare you speak ill of Our Lady of AMC?
We don't have an AMC theater here.
Down in Westchester.
I'm not going down there.
Fine. It's where I went to see the Talking Heads movie Stop Making Sense when they re-released it.
All right.
It was awesome.
Good for you.
Great. And I finally got to see that fucking Nicole Kidman ad, which was really nice too. It's like, oh, every joke for the past 3 years on social media finally makes sense to me. Heartbreak does feel good in a place like this.
Okay. I mean, you probably could have just watched it on YouTube.
I probably could have.
Yeah.
That's not as much fun.
Probably not.
The point is to go to the cinema.
Okay.
The theater, my good man. Oh, yeah. This movie was perfectly cromulent. Like, it's bad, and I know it's bad. And Michelle Rodriguez is real bad.
She's not real bad. She has nothing to do.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay, she does have nothing to do, but also I think she's just real bad.
It's hard to be bad when your entire character persists of just looking at things.
That's true. She does generally just scowl.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, fine.
She has no character. She has no agency. She does nothing in this movie.
Okay, fine.
Other than just be eye candy for her Vin Diesel.
Yeah. There's a weird sort of sex scene montage between the two of them, who I find both of them just completely asexual. There's just nothing there.
No, not really. Yeah.
Nothing there together, nothing there alone.
Right.
But yeah, like that montage of them in the shop, I guess stripping each other and stuff, and then intercut with the police raiding the
Tran family.
Thank you. I could not think of their last name. Yeah, that was weird. That was real fucking weird.
Yeah. But you're right. I had never honestly thought about it, but they're both, at least especially when they were younger, very attractive people.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have zero sexuality about them
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. It's so strange.
Yeah. And like I'm thinking back, like other movies I've seen both of them in, just nothing.
Yeah.
They are not sexy people.
Yeah.
Like I think the closest Michelle Rodriguez gets is her character in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, have you seen that?
I have not.
Highly recommend it.
I heard it was really good.
It's pretty damn great.
I would watch it probably at some point.
Yeah,
I'm primarily familiar with Michelle Rodriguez from her brief stint on Lost.
I knew you were a Lost head.
Yeah.
and I was gonna bring that up just to see, how was she on that show?
She's
Yeah.
pretty bad on Lost.
Okay, all right.
they give her stuff to do and she doesn't know what to do with it.
Okay. I mean, so again, having seen other of the Fast movies, yeah, she's just overall, she is not a great actress.
Okay.
So you're not entirely wrong, but also this movie does her no favors.
Gotcha.
At least like doesn't do anything to extend a hand to see, hey, can you try? And yeah, she just has nothing to do and fails at it.
Yeah.
So.
She's just another member of the team.
She is. Yep.
Yeah. What do we think of Jordana Brewster?
Okay, I guess. Yeah. Like, other than Vin Diesel, I think everyone in this movie is pretty much just okay. and Ted Levine.
Yeah. He's great.
Buffalo Bill himself.
Yes, so strange. Like I told you while we were watching it, I did not recognize his face, but when he spoke for more than 2 lines, I was like, oh, that's Buffalo Bill.
Yep.
So strange. Was he on Monk?
Yes, he
well?
was. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He was like the police chief or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was Monk or Psych.
No, maybe it was Monk.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's like a whole subplot with the LAPD is working together with the FBI to try and bring down this ring of DVD player thieves. And it's just kind of half-baked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was not necessary at all to be there.
No, I mean, yeah.
You could just as easily have had Ted Levine be the hard ass who wants to get results.
Right.
And not Paul Walker's dad. Which I did almost expect them to reveal eventually after the weird cigarette scene. Like, what is the purpose of that exchange? Is it to show that Paul Walker is starting to lean towards evil? Because only bad guys smoke cigarettes?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that nobody else smokes in the movie either.
0 people smoke. I don't understand.
Not even Vince, the real bad guy.
Right. I'm not even sure how to describe Vince, but he has tattoos that look like Nazi tattoos, but are not quite Nazi tattoos. So maybe he's a white nationalist, who knows?
I don't know. It was probably a time when nobody thought of anything of that.
Probably.
But also, I mean, barely noticed he had tattoos because he just always wore mesh shirts, and that was really distracting.
It was when Brian and Mia were doing the dishes, and he comes in to try and make popcorn, that his tattoos are really on display. Like, you can get a good look at his left shoulder. And, I saw those, and I thought, oh, he's probably pretty excited about the race wars that are coming up. I read in the IMDb trivia that Charles Manson was really excited to see this movie before it came out, because he heard that it was all about the race wars. And he was very disappointed when he left the theater. Yeah, this movie hinges on an event called Race Wars. Now, I know I have listened to the How Did This Get Made about this movie.
Yes.
And I am certain that Jason would not have let them get away with not talking about Race Wars.
I'm pretty sure he did not.
But I'm so glad I didn't remember that before we watched this.
Likewise.
Because holy shit.
They say it so much.
They do! There's a comic that I often see in dollar boxes or quarter boxes called Race Warrior.
Yeah.
And I think it is about like a IndyCar racer or something. But every time I see it, I shake my head.
Yep.
Like, what were you thinking?
So there's an MC Chris album called Race Wars.
Okay.
But I think he's in on the joke.
Okay, good.
Whew. Of why that's a bad title. Or anything. Even in the year 2001.
Oh my god.
Pre 9/11.
Oh my god. Yeah, I could not believe it. And it's weird because there is sort of a weird racial element. Like, there's Dom and his gang / team.
Right.
And then there's the Tran gang, which is the Asian racers.
Yeah.
And the one guy is like, these guys are sneaky. And they're smart. And it's real. That's Vince who says that. Who's racist, we know from his Aryan tattoos. It's just real strange.
Yeah, it's not sensitive to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can say it was a different time.
The villain on Brian's side is a black FBI agent.
Yeah.
And there's, I think, one other named black character.
Edwin?
Edwin, yes. Edwin?
Played by probably Ja Rule?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw his name in the credits and I was like, oh, well, that must be, because that's the only black person.
Other than the FBI.
The FBI agent, yeah.
And Ja Rule would not be playing that guy.
Absolutely not.
And was also probably not 50 years old at the time of this movie.
Yeah, it's real weird. Dare I say, problematic.
It's a little problematic.
Especially given, like, I know that the cast eventually becomes really diverse.
It does.
So that's an interesting place to start for this series.
Also, given sort of Vin Diesel's sort of questionable ethnicity.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if he was Hispanic or not.
I don't think anyone truly knows what he is.
Okay, interesting. Him and Tommy Wiseau.
Kind of. I feel like both of them have built up an air of mystery about themselves. And lately, they both have the exact same acting ability. And both truly, truly love themselves.
You know what? Good for them.
Sure.
More people should love themselves.
I mean...
unless you're a bad person, then fuck off.
Yeah, right.
Then be aware of yourself and do better.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel became kind of famous because of his short movie, which he sort of put together as, hey, I can play any race.
Yeah.
And he's just had that sort of vagueness about him. So, and again, trying not to think about future movies in this franchise, but,
sure.
but there are further revelations of the Toretto family.
Well, that's exciting.
Which it is a mixed bag.
I vaguely remember one long-lost sibling, maybe, from a trailer that I saw.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, how are any of these people related? like how are he and Mia apparently brother and sister?
Right. Yeah. It's strange.
It's super weird.
It's movie magic, folks.
Yeah, and also, how old is she supposed to be?
I don't know. Like, early 20s, maybe?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yep. But yeah, gotta say, though, post-race wars...
Yeah. Yeah, folks, part of this movie takes place in a post-racial society.
Yep. Once the little the little skitsy guy,
Is it Jesse?
yeah.
Yeah.
Once he bails on his after he loses his race.
Yeah, and his car, which is apparently his dad's car.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't have done that.
No.
He loses the car to Johnny Tran.
Yes. And then suddenly, like, while they're in the middle of the race wars,
Yeah.
the Toretto team decides that they're gonna do another heist.
Yeah.
Which up until that point had nobody knows for sure that it's them.
I liked that part of it too.
Yeah.
I liked that there were multiple suspects.
Yeah.
And that, it created some doubt in Brian, especially as he got closer to Dom and Mia,
Right.
about, whether they were actually capable of this and if they were, what was he going to do?
Right.
So yeah, I liked that element of it.
I would have liked it had it played it off better.
That's true.
Or developed it more.
Yeah.
Maybe given more... Because going in, you know that he's a cop and you know that they're the criminals already.
Yeah, but they're all criminals.
Well,
a whole bunch of them are criminals.
They're not great people.
So which criminals are we looking at here? One group of criminals is disqualified from being the gang that they're looking for because their cars have different tires on them.
Yep.
And one, are we supposed to know from looking at it that those are different tires than the tire marks that they found at a previous scene? And also, two, you can change the tires on a car.
Pretty easily.
Yeah.
Even I can do that.
I can fucking do that.
Exactly.
So yeah, it could have been executed better.
Yeah.
The story of this movie, it could have been executed better.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
100%. I think that's pretty much everything that's holding this movie back, but still, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Hell yeah. I mean, for a movie based on a magazine article, it's pretty great.
What?
Yeah, this movie was based on a magazine article called Racer X.
Oh,
which is why Racer X was one of the working titles for the movie, along with Race Wars.
So clearly someone at the studio level thought, it's probably not the best name to give this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Keep it in the script.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's not name the movie.
Oh, you're talking about Race Wars, not Racer X.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were fine with it.
Well, the Wachowskis put a stop to the Racer X thing.
That's true, they did. Yeah. I did appreciate internal combustion engine time during the first race when we follow the path of how a car's engine works, which revealed nothing to me.
No, not at all. Yeah. Also, the sort of the weird time distortion that happens. During some of the races.
Yeah.
At least two other races that I can think of. It's again yet another thing that could have been better.
Yeah.
The races.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you approach the speed of light, time gets distorted.
Well, sure.
So, I guess it makes sense. Because they are going real fast in their 10-second cars.
Yep.
I'm so excited to watch the rest of these. We talk about some casting stuff that I read.
Okay.
The role of Dominic Toretto was originally offered to Timothy Olyphant.
Okay.
Who turned it down because he thought it was too similar to Gone in 60 Seconds, which he had just done.
Okay.
But
Did not know he was in that.
imagine this series with Timothy Olyphant as Dom.
You know what? We're better off for him having turned it down.
Agreed. Apparently, director Rob Cohen's choice for the main trio of Brian, Dom, and Jesse were Mario Lopez,
For Dom?
Mark Paul Gosselaar,
What the fuck?
and Dustin Diamond.
No.
And the studio vetoed it.
Good.
But I can totally see Mark Paul Gosselaar in Paul Walker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, they're practically almost the same person.
Yeah, basically. And I see a lot of Screech in Jesse. So,
Okay.
it's interesting.
God damn it.
Maybe that's the direct-to-video version of this. And I don't mean young, fierce, and ferocious. Also, rest in power, Dustin Diamond. We stand a king.
But not Paul Walker?
But Paul Walker's good.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about him for a while.
That is true. He is in most of these.
Yeah.
Up to a point.
Yeah. In one form or another.
Yep.
So yeah, those were the fun casting bits that I saw.
Wow. I am speechless about the Saved by the Bell thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I assume they would then have had to have gotten Elizabeth Berkley for
Sure.
Mia.
Or Tiffany.
Tiffany
Amber
Amber
Thiessen.
Thiessen.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And Elizabeth Berkley would have been Letty.
For Letty, yeah. Perfect. Poor Lark Voorhees.
Did she go crazy anyway?
She's left out in the cold again. Yeah, she kind of had a breakdown.
I mean, I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't been there?
Yeah.
She broke down like a car on the side of the road.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I feel bad. That was rough. Oh, man.
So I kind of hated this movie.
Yeah.
Right up until the final semi-heist.
Okay.
Right at that point, it was like, oh, hey, this got good.
Yeah.
With actual stakes happening.
Yeah.
The heist going wrong, which is something I always enjoy in a heist movie.
I like that, too.
And then, actually sort of seeing Brian's conflict come to the surface. Him admitting to me, although I felt that was out of nowhere and unnecessary.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I don't think he needed to reveal to her that he was a cop.
Yeah.
Not at that point.
I
Anyway.
mean, it would have come out as they tried to trace where Dom's phone was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which I think probably would have heightened the tension more, because then
That's true.
she's stuck in a speeding car with him.
That's a good point.
Also, why wouldn't the cop show up when he called for the helicopter?
Too remote? I don't know. Maybe they were on their way.
I mean, usually if you call 911 or whatever to get, an ambulance, the cops show up anyway, because mostly they have nothing better to do.
Right.
Because ACAB. Except for Brian.
Yeah. He's the only good cop.
Because he knows that criminals have feelings.
That's right. These criminals are people. They're not just rap sheets. There's more to them. Brian only almost killed that guy because he killed his dad.
Yep.
Or no, not Brian, Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian didn't kill anybody except for maybe that biker guy at the end.
Johnny Tran.
Yeah.
I think that was Johnny.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, this movie's not great.
Nope.
But it's super fun.
It really is. I can see why a whole bunch of horrible people really loved this movie when it came out.
Yeah.
And I can also see why it spawned an 11 movie franchise.
Yeah. Whose car blew up at one point? Was it? Oh, it was Brian's.
Yeah, Brian's.
After it gets shot full of holes and somehow catches fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was already kind of busted anyway.
It was busted anyway.
The overblown Nas.
Right. Yeah. I was like the Tran gang shot it with machine guns.
Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know, would that make a car catch on fire? I'm not sure.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not in real life.
The explosion was neat, though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But yeah, his car was trashed after the race, but yet still ran fine, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Just needed a breather.
It just ran like a regular car at that point. None of the people in this movie know how to drive like a normal person.
Why would they need to?
I guess. I guess that's true.
Because even Brian, when he's driving his hot pink truck,
right,
just runs right into a curb like an idiot.
He was in a hurry. He had to get back to the parts shop? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That he worked at.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man.
This movie's a fucking mess.
It is a mess. It's a glorious mess.
But it's so stupid, but it's so enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Good work.
I do not regret having not seen this back when it came out.
Sure.
I'm glad that I waited over 20 years to see this stupid piece of shit movie.
I feel pretty good about that decision as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't as a person ready for it. I think. It has come to me at the right time in my life.
Yeah. It's good timing.
We're kicking off 2024, right?
We are!
Yeah.
It is mere days after New Year's.
Yeah.
A mere day.
One single day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I have good news for you, too.
Okay.
We're back into the realm of movies that take place in the future from when they were released. According to IMDB trivia, there is stuff in a future fantastic Fast and the Furious. Not Fantastic Four. There's stuff in a future Fast and the Furious movie that retroactively establishes that this movie took place in 2004.
That is true. I kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not the exact timeline, but yes, I know that future installments take place before this movie.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
We can't stop watching franchises that take place in the future of a couple years after they were released.
I mean, these are all sci-fi movies.
It's true.
As it is anyway.
Yeah, clearly this one.
I mean,
I don't understand how the science of Nas works.
I don't either.
No one does.
I barely know how a car works.
I know, and that little animatic they gave us did nothing to help.
Nope. I've even drawn engines before. Professionally.
Yeah? No idea.
Nothing.
Just a bunch of pipes and
Yep.
injectors and pistons and who knows what.
Yep. Some of them have funny names.
Yeah. I did like the part where I guess they were working on a car. I don't know. It was one of the parts where a whole bunch of car parts are laid out, and there's like this loving tracking shot of all of these car parts laid out on the ground. And we were just like, I guess those are car parts.
Sure.
They're shiny.
Yeah. They're also able to do 3D breakaway animatics on a 3¼ inch floppy drive.
Right. on a little early or late 80s Mac computer.
Yep.
Oh, it's good stuff.
It's really good stuff. So, the Toretto shop.
Yes.
Is it a garage or is it a restaurant?
Yes.
What?
I think yes. I think it's a garage with a sandwich shop attached to it. I think it's nice that they will bring you a sandwich without the crust on it.
That is kind of nice.
That's a really personal touch.
That's good service.
Yeah.
I mean, no wonder he fell for Mia Toretto. I feel like if I went to a restaurant and asked for a sandwich with no crust, I'd just get a dirty look.
Yeah, no, they would laugh at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yeah. But also, I guess, I'd probably have to show up every single day for 3 months in order to do it.
That's true.
Yeah. Which, what a waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah. That's true. Well, I'm sure he was spending that time souping up the car, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
The car that he got from the FBI?
Yeah, learning how to drive,
yeah.
I guess?
Yeah, he had a learner's permit before. The movie starts with him getting his license.
That'd be Fast and Furious 0.
Yes. Not so fast and just a little angry.
Baby fast and baby furious.
We need to save some of this.
We do.
We got a long way to go.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Is there anything that brought you any joy this past week?
This movie.
You know what? Hard to say.
Yeah.
This ridiculous piece of shit movie. And watching it with you.
Yeah, that was really nice.
It was the best I've had in quite a while.
Yeah. We also passed the anniversary of me breaking my ankle.
Yeah.
And I did not break my ankle again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Do you still have your crutches?
No, but I still have the boot that I wore.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you do with the crutches?
Oh, they were my parents'.
Oh, okay.
So I
right.
can get them if I need them.
All right. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. They're around, don't worry.
All right.
For when I inevitably need them again.
Visited my parents for New Year's, and my dad, he's just getting crankier and more senile as the days pass. Just started talking about because he had some medical issues over the last couple months.
Right.
And he was hospitalized for a little while, and when he came home, they gave him a walker. They made him buy
Paul Walker?
Just a regular walker.
Okay.
Not a Paul.
Paul Walker the third?
Yes.
Okay.
And a shower stool, and he had to be on oxygen, like 24/7.
Yeah.
So he had like this big machine in the house and a hose that he was constantly hooked up to. Then he eventually found out that he didn't need to be on oxygen anymore.
Good.
He said he used the shower stool like twice, and he never used the walker.
All right.
He's like, now I got all this stuff I don't know what to do with. It's like, I don't know who actually even owns this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, but I guess in case I need it again, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, probably the oxygen stuff will need to go back to someone at some point.
Maybe?
Yeah.
He just said, they brought it to the house, they kind of showed him how to use it for 2 minutes and then left.
That is pretty much how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my shower stool from last year when I was disabled, so,
Yeah.
And I'll probably keep it.
Yeah.
It's kind of convenient at times.
Nice to sit in the shower every now and then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Once I take a shower, sit down and relax for a minute.
Yeah.
Cat sits on it and watches me in the shower.
That's creepy.
It's real weird. It's unsettling, throwing open the shower curtain and there's just a face looking at you.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when I shower too, is Pippin always sits and waits for me to come out.
Yeah.
He's a creep.
Pets are weird.
Yeah. It is strange. But it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep going?
Let's keep going.
Okay, great.
I'm definitely excited for these first four because they are not ones I have seen. So yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious coming up next.
Hell yeah.
No Vin Diesel.
No Vin Diesel. Spoilers.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
No more spoilers.
Okay. No, I think all the cars probably still have spoilers.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. It wouldn't be Fast and Furious if they didn't have spoilers on the cars.
All right. Well, next week, Too Fast, Too Furious. And until then, keep living your life a quarter mile at a time. Goodbye, everybody.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. Was that it? You wanted more?
Always. Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our websites view.guttertrash.net or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.